Hey guys, Steven Dog here today with a video response. This one's about YXM's girlfriend making a video about females in the metal community and stereotypes. Some stereotypes I agree with and some I don't. And yeah, I feel like I should, talk about them. FYI, I have nothing against White XM nor his girlfriend. I don't find her attractive nor ugly, normal, regular looking, but yeah. So White or Monique, Unique, I don't know what her name is. If you see this, no hard feelings, please. Okay, so the first stereotype she said is that if you're a female and that you're in the metal community, that you need to be a big fan of the big four: Metallica, Slayer, Anthrax, and Megadeth. And no, actually, that's bullshit. That's a stereotype for every metalhead, male or female. That's always a fucking stereotype. And okay, yes, for me, that stereotype qualifies. Actually, not a big fan of Metallica. I'm a big fan of their early work. Um, Getting into Megadeth a bit more. I love Slayer, and as for Anthrax, I'm somewhat of a fan, but not the biggest. So yeah. And then she says no, that it's bullshit because she likes black metal and all that stuff. Okay, good for you. Let's move on. And well, it's kind of annoying how she gets really close to the camera, goes like, surprise you at all, or like, that's actually not true, and stuff like that. That's really annoying. And yeah. Then she says another stereotype like shiny things, leather boots, and all that stuff. Shiny things in general, that's a stereotype for all chicks. They don't have to be part of the metal community. Just a regular chick, and that's a fucking stereotype. Shiny things. Yeah, and leather boots and all that stuff. Um, well, no, it's not really a stereotype that much. Well, on the goth chicks, yes, but not on every metalhead chick. Besides, I never even heard that stereotype before. Well, she does say something about sexualized, and I kind of agree with that. As Because you go into a metal festival. I haven't been to a metal festival, unfortunately. I've been to a metalcore festival when I was younger in my preteen years. Um, but well, that doesn't really count. I only went there to see In This Moment. This was back when they were a good band. This was before their piece of shit 2012 album Blood. And yeah, most of the bands there were shit, really. Normal Gene was pretty good, and The Ghost Inside, but that's it. The rest were shit. So anyway, yeah, I went there and automatically there was a slutty chick right there in the audience. And yeah, metal festivals, whether it's like those well-known festivals like Wacken or um, Copenhagen Hellfest, or well, this one is Rock and Metal Download Festival. It's gonna be really common to find a slutty chick in the audience. So yeah, and especially with those bands, Butcher Babies and In This Moment. So yeah, I mean, I can kind of agree with her on the sexualized thing. And yeah, I mean, just like your typical directioners and believers, not all of them are sluts. Just like metal chicks, not all of them are slutty or anything like that. So come, so yeah, I mean, I can agree with her there. And yeah, I can agree with her. Like a metal show is just about enjoying the music. And yes, it's also about meeting fellow metalheads. Um, that's how I see it. But yeah, it's not about finding love or anything. Not about finding a man or a woman. If you meet someone in a metal festival, then later I don't know, you end up getting along with them. Later you fall in love and stuff like that. Okay, but yeah, it's not about that. If you find yourself a boyfriend or a girlfriend in a metal festival or a metal concert, good for you. You met someone through common music tastes. But yeah, it's mostly about the music. Then she talks about girls in the pit bragging about it, but then everyone wants to avoid them. I can kind of agree with them on that. If you're in the pit, you go there to enjoy it, not to brag about it. But really, I mean, for chicks, no matter if they're petite or anything like that, th- uh, they should get in the pit. If you choose to be in the pit, you choose to be in the pit. You have to know that there's gonna be consequences there, and really, there shouldn't be any discrimination. You shouldn't be all like, "Oh, this person's petite. I'm not gonna run into them." No, in the mosh pit, everyone should get pushed, shoved, all of that crazy shit that happens in the pit. No matter if you're fat, tall, petite, weak, fat. I already mentioned fat. I'm sorry, or anything like that. Doesn't matter how you are. Uh, you should be treated the same way as everyone else in the pit. And yeah, if a petite chick wants to enjoy the pit, then yeah, just let her fucking enjoy it, and yeah, don't try to avoid them or anything like that. Um, because then they are not gonna enjoy it, and everyone should be allowed to enjoy the pit. And yeah, if it's your first pit, you have to know the consequences. So yeah, if you're petite and you're getting run over by a bunch of huge guys, then all of that is on you because you chose to be on the fucking pit. So yeah, I mean, like in the pit, if there's a petite chick, they should get the same treatment as everyone else in the pit. Oh yeah, I'm back to the thing that you said about a chick having to be into the big four. Yes, I already covered it, but yes, this reminds me of a thing I was gonna say. Okay, yes, it's a stereotype that chicks don't know shit about metal. That okay, you have the guy listening to the well-known bands as well as the underground bands, and meanwhile you have the chick that just listens to Metallica, Slipknot, Avenged Sevenfold, Immure, and all that other shit. So yeah, and yeah, there's the one that it's a really big cliche that they're always like, oh yeah, I love Metallica and all that stuff. And just with Metallica, they already think they're the they're part of the metal community or that they're a metalhead. Then she says about a stereotype of how girls are. Should I die? Should I live? And then they're like, oh, metal and all that stuff. Get that shit out of there. When have when has there ever been a stereotype of a chick being um, having suicidal thoughts and listening to metal? Never. And yeah, okay, that's a stereotype, but it's not just for females. That's for everyone in the metal community. That's a stereotype that everyone in the metal community has because of those scene kids that always say like, "Oh, X band saved my life" and all that stuff. Then she says this stereotype that if a chick listens to metal, she's gay or half gay. No. When have you heard that stereotype? And besides that stereotype, it applies to many people that are in the metal community. It's a stereotype for everyone that's into metal that, oh, they're probably gay or stuff like that. And yes, it's a stereotype that's made by ignorance. So yeah, it's not just for chicks. Then another stereotype about drugs. That's not just for chicks. That's for everyone. That's the stereotype that a bunch of ignorant motherfuckers have on everybody. Everybody that's a metalhead, not just on chicks. Another one that isn't just for chicks. The mental disability. Um, they put that on every metalhead. They don't just put it on chicks. Yeah, and then she's going on about the chicks in her 40s wearing fishnets and stuff like that. Hey, I mean, do you live under a rock or something? There's 40-year-old chicks who are still hot. They have a great body, and that's from years of eating right and taking care of themselves. They still look good in short skirts, fishnets, heels, and all that other stuff. So yeah, don't just think that don't just think it applies to everyone in the metal community. This one actually, I can actually agree with her being feminine and not actually liking metal. I mean, this girl is feminine. She likes metal. And this metal YouTuber chick called Foxy Pancakes, she's feminine and she likes metal. So no, there's really no problem in that. So yeah, on that one, I can agree with her. Then there's this one of girls being like, "Oh my god, I'm such a metalhead" and stuff like that. That's not just for chicks. That's for idiots, like idiots who are barely getting into metal. All they listen to is all they're listening to is the bands that their older brother introduced them to, and then they're like, "Oh my god, I'm a metalhead" and all that stuff. That's just idiots. That's just idiots who do that. It isn't just chicks. It isn't just stupid chicks that do that. Stupid guys do that too. Yeah, I heard that Nick Slayer is such a metalhead. Like I said again, that that is just an idiot who thinks that. Doesn't necessarily have to be a dumb chick. No, that isn't just a female stereotype. I think they also recognize, your typical Nightwish and all that stuff. So yeah, yeah, it's just arch enemy. Yeah. So okay, yeah, I'm already done with the stuff I needed to say. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good video. I thought she spoke well, except for when she was like, "Oh, guess what? That's not true," and all that stuff, getting really close to the camera. I thought that was pretty stupid. This is just my opinion. And yeah, like I said, I don't have anything against Wyatt X him or this chick. So yeah.